U.S. Prime Minister Mayor Mottley has announced a crime-fighting plan. Woo! Finally, a crime-fighting plan that includes the establishment of a special police unit to fight organized crime. So she's proposing establishment of the police unit to fight organized crime. The restriction of bail for people charged for murder and firearms offenses, and the expansion of community policing. She says on the issue of crime that she says it's a matter of grave concern, and disclosed that the government had asked for international police assistance with an independent study. So here we go again. I don't know. How do you all feel about that? She's asking for international police assistance to handle the crime here in Barbados. So what I have not heard from Miss Motley, how is she going to? So yes, we're going to increase policing. So you're hearing about policing, you're hearing about the laws, because they're going to restrict bail for people who are accused of murder. And as the opposition said yesterday, that he made that suggestion yesterday, and so it is a good suggestion. Now, what about this bringing in this international assistance, international policing, international police assistance to help us with the crime in Barbados? So we're hearing what we're hearing. The proposal has to do with legal proposals to deal with that aspect of it, the policing. But what we're not hearing is anything to do with the social issues, the social causes. That we're not hearing the issues, the social issues. I don't. Am I missing something? I didn't listen to the press conference. I'm reading it. I generally read, the synopsis of the summary of the press conference through the newspapers. So, am I missing something here? Where are the social? Where are the plans to deal with the social causes of the crime in Barbados? Let's hear that. Yeah, Peteway, the new is a new crime fighting plan a shift away from the prevention aspect? What about the social issues? What are your thoughts about that, people? There's so many social issues. The obvious one is that people don't have jobs. There's a whole issue of job security or no job at all, joblessness. Just look at that. I mean, some of the social issues that we don't want to address. Let's look at even some of these, our young men that are involved in a life of crime. When there was a panel discussion that was put on by the leader of the opposition, there was a doctor at the very, very end of that, at the very, very end of the panel discussion. He got up and he said, we're not addressing the elephant in the room. Who remembered that? I'm going to see if anybody was there and remember what he said. We're not addressing the elephant in the room. Who remembered what he said was the elephant in the room? And I'm agreeing while you're writing. Somebody says anytime someone has to force you to do something, most of the time it's not successful or genuine. Ralph had to squeeze that press conference out of her. Right? I'm telling you, we squeezed it out of her. She had not planned to come and talk to us about no crime. Because the last time she came out and she said anything about crime, she said that crime will always be. It's almost like it was a lower level thing she was wasting her time with. Until we start to have a murder a day. And we now have an opposition leader who is coming out and speaking out about the various issues. So she has a press conference. But what anybody can tell me, let me go down to the bottom of these comments quickly. Nobody can remember what he said. He talked about sexual abuse. Do you remember that? Sexual abuse. Do you know that there are lots of young men, a lot of young men have been abused in this country? A lot of times we get really really bent out of shape, and we want to do something when we hear about young women who are being sexually abused. We get bent out of shape, we get very angry, we become, we will want to take up arms. But you see, when it comes on to young men, somehow we kind of want to brush that aside. And the doctor got up and he said it. There was a quiet in the room when he said it, because he said that there are lots of these young men, you're trying to rehabilitate them, but what you don't know is that some of them have been abused. And they don't talk about it. In this kind of culture, when our young men are abused, especially sexually abused, they don't talk about it. We're seeing something going around where this is an allegation about an MP who has abused young men. Do you know that those are some of the social causes of crime? Do you know that when young men are abused, it could cause them to exhibit deviant behavior, anger, a lot of pent-up anger? These are some of the social issues that we're as a society, we're not touching it. You know what? We take something and we cover it all over. We cover over it. So here it is. She comes out at press conference, and first of all, we need to commend her that she came out. Ralph was able to pull her out, and she came out. And she had some proposals, and those are good proposals. Some of them, I'm not sure about this international, getting help from, international aid in terms of policing. Why is it that we always have to be seeking to get international assistance? Either it is a loan or all kinds of different things, the drafting of our bills, a lot of international help with the drafting of our bills. Now where they're talking to us about international police assistance. Have we exhausted our police in Barbados? Is it that they're not good enough? What is happening here? Yeah. And when she talks about organized crime, can you explain to us what are you talking about here? Yeah. Stephen Strickland said we can laugh first. I might have missed it, but no mention was made of the role we, the church, can be included. Okay, and someone has said about this Sunday, I don't know, Rufus Brooms, I don't know. I don't understand what Stephen Strickland is saying there. But yes, I mean, all of these entities, faith plays an important, very, very important role in stemming crime. It's happened all over the world. And so that is important. But what I want to hear, what do we think? I was waiting for my guest to come on. I guess the guest is not coming on. I'm not seeing him at all. So I will assume that he's not going to make it on. I had someone on to fill this last half hour, but we'll talk tonight. Mm. Bali says, Marcy, I heard a discussion not long ago whereby a young man was sent to a popular night spot and sold to a visitor. What? He was sold to a visitor. My goodness. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Listen, we could pass all the laws, and I believe it's important. The bail issue, I think, is we need to restrict definitely those who are they're charged of murder. We need to restrict the bail. I agree with that. As I said, the leader of opposition said that yesterday. So she's just echoing what he said, and I think that is important. I don't understand where, I didn't hear any them talking about trying to stop the source of the guns, the source of the drugs. I'm not hearing that. I see Lumumba is still on. I don't know if he will have anything to say on this here in the next 10 minutes that we have. Yeah. Let me see if Lumumba, because I'm not seeing my other guest. Lumumba, are you still there? I guess he's not there. But no, the important one of the important things I think that Barbados has to look at is the source of guns, the source of drugs. It will be an interesting discussion, because if we are going to seriously, if we are serious, the prime minister said this is a grave issue, is of grave concern. One of the things that you're going to have to look at, madam prime minister, you're going to have to look at some of the social issues that are causing this increase in crime. You can't ignore it. You're going to have to look at the source of the guns. Where are they getting them from? People are having AK-47s. I'm hearing that it's up to $20,000-$30,000 for a gun. Where are they getting that money from to buy that kind of gun? Who is supplying them with the guns? How are the guns coming in? Mr. Thorne was speaking about that at the press conference. Why aren't you addressing that as well? The Attorney General, these are things as the citizens, we need to hold them accountable and say, come on, we need you to do an inquiry into where the guns are coming from in the country. We need to get serious with the Prime Minister, get serious with the Attorney General. Where's the Minister of Crime in the Attorney General? Where office? Where is Corey what's the name again? I can't remember his last name. Where is he? What is the source of the crime? Where is it coming from? Are you going to tell me you need that international assistance, policing assistance, to come in here to tell us where the source of the guns are, Madam Prime Minister? Madam Prime Minister, you need to tell us, why is it, according to the statistics, From the time you came into office, crime went up, Madam Prime Minister, by 76%. Madam Prime Minister. Madam Prime Minister, that is reality. That is the numbers, and they're not going to lie. You came into office, and from the time you came into office, crime went up over 70%. Yeah. Crime went up over 70% when you came into office. Why? And it has been climbing. The increase in homicides, these violent crimes, it has been climbing on your watch, Prime Minister Mottley. Why? Why? Since 2018. Huh? In 2019, guys, in 2019, according to the norma.net, you can go check it out, knoema.net. Homicide by firearms in Barbados increased by 71.92%. Almost 72% increase in 2019. When did this government come into office? When did this government come into office? Wasn't it 2018? Between 2018 and 2019, there was an increase in a homicide by firearm. 71.92%. Why? Prime Minister Mottley needs to answer that question. Your government needs to answer it. Only you can answer it. What happened? The word on the street, when I talk to the guys, let me talk to you plain. It wasn't supposed to be my segment, but let me talk to you plain. When I talk to the guys on the street, they say that since this government came into office, crime increased. I said it. There I said it. I said, how do you know? He said, they said, ma'am, the streets know it. The streets were happy when this government was coming into power. Criminal activity grow underneath this government. Reality, truth, numbers. Go and check it for yourself. The platform for data professional investors and organizations. I am reading from that. In 2022, the homicides by firearm went up 94.12% increase under Mayor Mottley's administration. I didn't say that. So all of you, the regular, the yard fowls who are going to be ready for me and go and report me on YouTube to get my numbers down. Go ahead and do it, because I'm accustomed. Listen, I can come on here and talk to 30 people. The truth of the matter is crime increased under the Mayor Mottley administration, and she needs to come out and tell the people why. Come out and tell the people why. Why did crime increase in 2022 by 94.12%? According to the platform for data professionals, investors, norma.net. And it increased by 71.92% in 2019. 1 year after you came into office, and it has been climbing since. The only time that there was a decrease in crime was when we had COVID and when we had a lockdown. The facts are there, Prime Minister Mia Mottley. The crime has increased under your watch. What is it that is so different with your government? Why is it the word on the streets is that when you are this, because when this government is in, it is easier to get the guns? You want me to tell you the truth that the boy's saying? You want me to talk the truth on here? Why are the guys saying that it's easier to get the guns under this government? Why is it that when the people, the guys in prison, and they heard that this government was coming into power, they were so excited? Why? Mayor Mottley, can you investigate, please, the relationship of government to the same organized crime that you are talking about? You said that you are going to get international help to deal with organized crime. Can you ask them to investigate the relationship of government to organized crime? What is the role of government to the increase of guns in this country? The statistics will not lie. 1 year after you came into government, 1 year after you came into government, whatever it is that this government is doing, the reality is that crime increased dramatically under your watch, Madam Prime Minister. So you could come on being forced out by Ralph Thorne today. You come out sitting down in your righteous chair and talking about all the things that Ralph Thorne talked about. You come out and you're talking about them today. But you still haven't answered the question, though. You still have not told us why. Come out and tell us why. What is the relationship between this Barbados government and the gangs in Barbados? Is there a business relationship? Is there a certain ethnic group in this country that the customs show a blind eye to when all kinds of things are coming through? How can little black boys in here, you all want me to talk? How come where little black boys? When I talk to the little guys, I talk to them. They say, Auntie, where are we supposed to get money from to buy those guns? The little man laugh at me. He said, Auntie, you think we can get money to buy those guns? We don't even have the money to rent the guns. So who has the guns? Why you don't start there? If you really, 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 really serious, Prime Minister, can you start there? Attorney General, can you start right at the top, please? Where the source is at? Where's the source? Why you don't stop pretending? Pretending. Well, you're going to you're gonna deal with organized crime and so organized crime. First thing, explain to the people of Barbados why the crime increased, and I'm telling you, KNOEMA, because those of you who are going to say that I'm making it up, go and check it. Norma.net. Homicides by firearm. 71.92% increase between one government and the next. You got to answer some questions. And until you can answer them questions, we don't want you can't come to us with nothing, because anything else you're going to come with to us, we know that it is fake and it's phony, and it's not real. It ain't going to stop one thing, because you are not committed to get to the root of the problem. Our little black boys are dying off. You need to tell the people. There's a couple things, and I'm going to finish off here, and we will pick this up another night, because I'm not letting up on you, this government. You got to answer that question: why the crime increased by 71.92%? What could go like that? Not even 5%, 71.92% from 2018 to 2019. And nobody's asking you about that. Come and tell us why. What has happened? We want to know, why is it when Parliament, when you got into office in 2018, why were there, according to the police, people who are known to the police that they're trying to lock up? Why were they in Parliament? To support you. Why? They were there to support your government in Parliament. Known criminals. Their people are their pictures sending out all about. Why known criminals could take up their phone and call you, and the police have to stop down? Now, when you start to answer those questions, and you can come with your proposal on crime. You see how long you took to come out? Because you know very well. You know very well. You can't really say too much. So you took very long to come out. And if Mr. Thorne didn't come out and say something, you would not push out your face. This administration is a failure. You have failed the Barbadian people. You have failed these black boys in this country. They're dying at your hands. Your failed policies. You have failed the people of this country. And I have no fear in saying that. You have failed. And when you are ready to explain to the people why the crime went up 71.92% on your watch, then we can talk. Yes, Kenneth, they were invited to the Parliament. Yep. Yep. Folks, we are done for the night. We have very interesting night. I did not have all the guests that were supposed to come on, but we still had a great night. And I want to invite you again to come out to the picnic. I don't know if Dave will put that up again, but we have our picnic on Sunday. So we're going to invite you to come out to the picnic on Sunday and at Bath, St. John. Bring your picnic basket and come out to the picnic. All right. And there is going to be a bus at Independence Square, and the bus is going to get there at 11 o'clock. And you can hop on the bus with your picnic basket 11 o'clock, and you leave at the bus is going to leave at 11:45, take you straight to Bath St. John. Cook up your food, come down with your family, and let's have a good time.